First, I would like to start off by saying that there were no violations in the last AF speech because the neg tried to argue that there was no plan or that the plan was too vague to be voted on and that this causes education to be denied since there is no way to have a substantial debate. But, 1, there is a proposed plan and reasons for the plan that were given in the first speech, and we reserve the right to specify the plan at the opponent's request in this speech because it is still a constructive speech, which therefore shows that specifying the plan, which I will do in a minute, is not unfair or abusing the grounds, since, as stated, it is still a constructive speech and not a reason to vote for the neg. 2, there was also no violation of education because we are still able to have a debate based on the many arguments that were stated in the first AF speech, proving why we need to put in place heavy regulations on internet pornography and enact the plan given, but all those arguments are now conceded because the neg didn't say anything about them. I would now like to specify the plan. The plan states that heavy regulation needs to be put in place to regulate internet pornography for many reasons, such as causing issues in children like depression and an increased likelihood of perpetrating assault, and also issues in adults such as over-sexualizing and looking down on women, which were already stated in the harms in the first speech. In this plan that we are arguing for, the USFG would pass legislation through an act of Congress which would ban internet pornography. The FBI will take action because they have the authority to install filtering software on the internet and are able to shut down websites with indecent pornographic material and prosecute offenders. Sentencing would be time in prison and/or a fine, and the time frame for this bill to be enacted would be as soon as possible, obviously. Since the neg conceded all arguments and agreed that we need a plan, this plan is the most effective because the only opposition they had was that they assumed deficit spending would be the funding, and deficit spending is harmful, so they proposed to halt or slow penny production and use that money to fund the plan as an alternative. I would like to perm this because we can use penny production to fund the plan mentioned, but that alone is not a big enough reason for you to vote for them, Judge, since that was the whole of their counterplan. This plan, therefore, is the best solution for all the harms mentioned in the previous AF speech, and since the counterplan is now permed because it is only offering an alternative for funding, our plan is obviously the most effective since it offers solvency for the harms stated, and since the neg agreed that a plan is needed to be enacted to regulate internet pornography and didn't offer anything else or any evidence for their opposition. This is why you should vote for us. Since this plan is now specified, which the opponent asks for, there is no reason you should not vote for us today, Judge.